Is it playing so I can hear myself? Let me see. I don't think so. Okay. Can I? I can hear it now. All right. I know we're ready, right? What's up, everyone? This is Jonathan Zazinski from Myrtle Beach Games, and I'm here to open a Pokemon Unified Minds Build and Battle Pre-Release Kit. This set has a ton of cards, more than 250 cards in this set, so it's super huge, way too big, and we're going to crack this open. We're going to see what we get, and I'm going to build a test deck that you would have in a pre-release. I'm going to go through my mindset of how to do that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and crack this bad boy and see what we get. Build and battle kits have an evolutions deck, which is about like 23 cards of just staples that you'll need. Some Pokemon evolution lines, so you're not just kind of up the creek without a paddle. And they also give you 4 booster packs. So we have a little promo for the set, and it kind of gives you some tips on how to build. That comes with it. That's pretty nice. We have a promo card with our evolutions pack, and we have 4 booster packs to open that can go in the pre-release deck. So let's start with the evolutions pack. You get a promo which you are allowed to use in pre-release deck construction. So we have Tapu Fini as our promo water type, Razorfin for 20 with 1 water energy, and then Nature Wave for 100. This is a very good card that people are very hyped up about, because as long as your opponent has an Ultra Beast in play, this attack only costs 1 colorless energy. So it's going to be really good against those Blacephalon decks. We have Professor Elm's Lecture, card from Lost Thunder. Cynthia, a good draw supporter. Looker, a good draw supporter for these short formats. Pokemon Communication as our search card. We have Shroomish, which is a card I'm very excited about. Grass type, Poison Powder ability. And we have Breloom. I love this card. It's one of those weird typings where you have a fighting Pokemon that uses grass energy, but his pre-dawn strike, as long as your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, you're going to do 90 more damage. You're going to do 120 damage. So this deck has ways to do that for you. You have Fungus. He has a Spore attack. Opponent's active Pokemon is asleep. So we have a couple of those. And then we have Amoonguss. This is a card I'm really excited about. It matches really well with the Breloom. Whenever you play a Pokemon that has the Spore attack, your opponent's Pokemon is asleep and poisoned. So it's a really good way to get those conditions on there. We have Bug Catcher. You get to draw 2 cards and then flip a coin. If you get heads, you get to draw 2 more cards. We have Lily as a draw supporter. Looker. Another Pokemon Communications. A U-turn board. This is going to be a good way to get those Pokemon out of the active. The retreat cost of Pokemon that's attached to is a colorless less, like a skateboard. But if this card is discarded from play, you get to put it in your hand instead of the discard pile. So if your Pokemon gets knocked out, or there's a way to get removed tools, it will not go to the discard pile. We have Audino, the hearing ability, once during your turn before you attack. If this is your active Pokemon, you get to draw a card. And then Drain Slap for 30 damage, you get to heal 30 from this Pokemon. We have Snorunt, water type with the Icicle attack. So we have 3 of those. And then Frostlass, a card that a lot of people are really excited about. Spiteful Sigh. Put up to 7 damage counters on this Pokemon. This attack does 20 damage for each damage counter you place on it this way. So really good way and hit those fire-type Pokemon, and it kind of gets them out of the game. And we have our code card that you can redeem online. So overall, the deck that they gave us has a lot of grass and water types with some normal type Pokemon support. So we're gonna put this to the side, and this will be the core, most likely, of our pre-release deck. And now we're gonna start opening our Unified Minds packs. So some really good cards in this set are Mew and Mewtwo Tag Team GX, Mega Tyranitar, Tyranitar and Mega Sableye Tag Team GX, Alolan Raichu Tag Team GX. There's a lot of good tag teams in this set. So we got Cubone with the Growl Attack and Bone Meringue. We got Yanma, Yungoos, Cryogonal, and I actually really like this artwork on this card. I think it looks awesome. Litwick. This is gonna be a good way to get Pokemon on the board and in your hand very quickly. You can get some Fire-type Pokemon, which are missing some Fire-type search cards. We have a reverse Yanma. And our first pack has a GX Pokemon, Heatran Gx. Look at that. So Heatran Gx has Burning Road. Once during your turn, this Pokemon moves from, if this Pokemon moves from your bench to become your active Pokemon, you may move any number of fire energy from your other Pokemon to it. So this is just like Tapu Koko GX from Guardians Rising, but for fire-type Pokemon. I think it's going to work really well for that fire-type support we got in the last set. Dark Energy, and then Stadium Nav. Flip 2 coins for each head. Search your deck for a Stadium card, and reveal it, and then put it into your hand. Really good in your Pikachu and Zekrom decks to get your Thunder Mountain, or your Fire decks to get your Heat Factory. And then we have Gabite, Corkscrew Punch, and Sharp Scythe. And then Cherish Ball. This is a really awesome card that you really want to pull. Search your deck for a Pokemon GX, reveal it, and then put it into your hand. So this is how you're going to get your GXs without Ultra Ball and Nest Ball in this set. So first pack, we got a good hit. And typically in a pre-release, you're gonna wanna, if you get a GX, you're gonna be on a pretty good track to do well. If your pre-release event does prize support, you're gonna want a GX. So we got the second pack here. We got Snorunt, Tynamo, Meditite. I love this artwork. Noibat. Sewaddle takes 10 less damage from attacks after applying weakness and resistance. So not bad for a pre-release. It can kind of take some attacks while you get set up. Talonflame as our reverse rare. And then we have Unpheasants. Psychic Energy. Komala as our next card. Drowsing. If this Pokemon remains asleep during turns, put 6 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. So really good if you have a way to put yourself and your opponent asleep. You can do damage without actually attacking. And then Pokemon Research Lab. I think this is a very overlooked card. Once during either player's turn, that player may search their deck for up to 2 Pokemon that evolve from identified fossil, put those Pokemon onto the bench, and shuffle their deck. If a player searches their deck in this way, their turn ends. So you can play this on the first turn and get cards like Aerodactyl GX or Almanite to get a lockdown. And then we have Luminion. So if you get a fossil Pokemon like Aerodactyl GX, you're gonna need that card to get him out very quickly. So let's grab this third pack here. Alright, we got Sneasel, Bonsweets, Joltik, Salandit, Riolu, Numel as our reverse, Beheeyem, we have Grass Energy, Blaine's Quiz Show. Put a Pokemon from your hand face down in front of you and tell your opponent the name of an attack it has. Your opponent guesses the name of that Pokemon and then you reveal it. If your opponent guessed right, they get to draw 4 cards. If they guessed wrong, you draw 4 cards. Return the Pokemon to your hand. So this is going to be really good for the Poke nerds out there that really know their cards and they know all the attacks that are relevant. So they'll be able to take advantage of their opponents. So you got Ringaroo and Weakness Guard Energy. This is a special energy. A lot of people are upset that we're losing double colorless energy and counter energy. So this is an energy that removes weakness from a Pokemon it is attached to. So really solid special energy card. And then our last pack. You got Cottonee, Fomantis, Sewaddle, Marini, Litwick, Magnemite, Alolan Raichu, Metal Energy, Giant Bomb. A lot of people were thinking that this card would get censored and not be called Bomb. What this card does is if it's attached to one of your Pokemon, discard it at the end of your opponent's turn. It's very similar to Bursting Balloon from the X and Y sets. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is your active Pokemon and takes 180 or more damage from an attack, put 10 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So it does 100 damage, but you have to be dealt 180 damage at least. We got Bug Catcher and Mesprit. So we can take these cards that we pulled and build a pre-release deck. So pre-release decks are going to be 40 cards maximum. You can't go over or under that limit, including energy. So we're going to be looking at our evolutions pack, and that's going to give us an idea of the type of Pokemon that we want to play. So we got a lot of water type Pokemon. We got some grass with the Amoonguss, the Foongus, and the Shroomish and the Breloom. But I mainly want to focus on these water types. That's mainly what we have to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling out all the water types I have and separating the trainers that could be very useful. So I'm going to start pulling out water types and trainers. And I'm just going to go and separate out these grass type Pokemon as well. This is what I like to do during pre-release is I like to take all the cards I pull and kind of put them into stacks. So I have stacks of cards that are trainers, stacks that are grass types, water types, fire types, all that kind of stuff. And I know Breloom is not a grass type. However, I am going to put it over there. And just because it does require the grass type Pokemon, and you do need grass energy for it. So I don't think we're going to mainly be using anything else, any of these fighting types or fire types, or really any other type of Pokemon that we pulled. I don't even think I'm going to use that Heatran Gx. I might throw in some fire energies. Like this? Okay. I might use some of these fire types mainly for this Heatran GX, just so it kind of gives us an edge over some other players. And it's something that they would not be well equipped to handle. So we're going to be going through. I'm just going to kind of pull out all these Pokemon that I think are going to be useful. The more I see what we have, the more I'm going to be leaning towards having a water type main deck. I think that's where we're gonna go. Let's see. Let's see here. So, using what we have, we can say for sure we are not gonna use any of our electric types: dragon, dark, fairy, psychic, or any of these guys. We don't really have enough to really use them well, so we're not going to really focus on those. If we look at our grass types, because that's also what we got a lot of, we don't really have a lot that we can do. These are decent attacks for a pre-release, but not really anything I'm looking for. I do like the Amoonguss and the Breloom. If I had more Breloons and Shroomishes, I would definitely use that, but considering what we have, I'm just going to pull these all off to the side as well. So, since this is a pre-release, and a lot of people don't know all of the cards yet, I'm definitely going to play this Blaine's Quiz Show. I'm going to take out this Pokemon Research Lab. We don't have any fossils. I'm going to keep the Bug Catcher, get rid of the Giant Bomb. I may keep the Cherish Ball, just in case. I'm going to get rid of Stadium Nav, and I think I'm going to keep the rest of these cards. These all seem pretty solid cards to keep. And then let's look at our normal types. So we have a Rangaroo, and he does... His attack is Sage's Riddle. Put a Pokemon from your hand face down in front of you. Your opponent guesses the type of that Pokemon, and then you reveal it. If your opponent guesses right, they draw 4 cards. If they guess wrong, you draw 4 cards. So this is very similar to Blaine's Quiz Show. I'm not going to include this because all of our Pokemon are mainly going to be water types. So that's not really good for us. I think I'm going to keep the Audino and the Komala, just as a way to do extra damage with the Drowsing ability and to draw an extra card with the Hearing ability. So I am going to keep these. Now going on to our water types. I do think I want to use most of these. The only thing that I cannot use is this Luminion. I don't have the pre-evolution of it. And if you don't have the pre-evolution of a card, you cannot play it in pre-release. You can, however, if you pulled like 12 Snowrunts, you can use 12 Snowrunts if that is what you decide. And I think I am going to throw in just this copy of the Heatran Gx. So we have a way to search it out with Cherish Ball, and if I start attaching some fire energy, I can get him in the active very quickly, and he'll be powered up, and my opponent probably won't have anything to do about it. So these are the cards that we have decided on for our pre-release deck. You need to make sure you have 40 cards, so let's count this real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3. So we got 23 cards. I think that's about perfect because you can roll with 17 energy and feel pretty safe about it. You won't be able to dead draw energy, and we have plenty of cards here that can get us new cards as well. So this is the kind of deck that I would take to a pre-release. It's about 23 cards, so 17 energy. I would play about 11 water energies and 6 fire energies just to make sure that my Heatran Gx is powered up and I can consistently get the water energies that I need for all of my other attacks. So that was Myrtle Beach Games opening a Unified Minds pre-release kit. My name was Jonathan Zazinski. And please, please, please check out Myrtle Beach Games at their website, www.myrtlebeach.games. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/MyrtleBeachGames, Twitter at MBGamesComics, and the Facebook page at facebook.com/MyrtleBeachGames. All right, goodbye!